Y'all, I am on my way home. I noticed the goldenrods are flowering, and I thought you might want to look. This is how pretty it is. When I lived in the city, I never dreamed about living someplace like this. So I'm living my dream. Sometimes you have to be kind of careful what you dream of. Yeah, it's really nice. I love living out in the country. And I always wanted to, for years and years and years and years, work in the country. When I was younger, I had young children who were doing a lot of activities. It just never occurred to me that I would want to live someplace as rural as I'm living now. This is nice. So let's go out and get some goldenrod. I'm going to walk over here. See a part of my garden, or part of my property you haven't seen before. So my wood pile underneath my big oak tree. Not my biggest oak tree, but pretty chairs. You haven't seen those. Ooh, there's a pretty feather. Let me get that. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Gotta have that one. So let's walk over here. And you haven't seen this part of the property before. This is the only area right in here that's mowed. The rest of it looks like that. It's a field. But if we come right over here, uh-oh, this little tree was green yesterday. Yeah, it's still green at the tip. Hope it's not dying. It's one of my little plum trees. Still green at the base. Hopefully it's just dropping the leaves. This tree right here is a peach tree. This one right here is an apricot tree. And right over here, there's my goldenrod. Blackberries. I'm going to have to be very careful where I walk. I don't want to get caught in the blackberries. Let's see. And I see wasps on the goldenrod, so I don't want that, as allergic as I am to them. What can we find? You know what? From what I'm seeing, let's just look at the flowers without actually picking any. See those wasps on there? I'm not going to try to pick these. I don't want to put my hands in there. I don't want my hands in there. This one right here with that big wasp on it. The flowers at the tip are older, have already opened, and the ones farther back have not. I'm not putting my hands back there. I would love to pick some of this, but I really don't want to get stung by one of those wasps. See, this is a nice blackberry patch right here. If we didn't mow it down, it would produce blackberries. I would like to have some, but is this going to be enough blackberries to produce for me? Or do I need to go someplace else where somebody has a lot more than I do? Blackberries. Yay. I see stuff that needs to be taken care of. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even want to think about it. But I want to show you something over here. These wood piles. I am not going to mess with these wood piles unless I get somebody with a tractor to push them for me. Because that big one in the middle there, underneath the tree, has copperheads living in it. I'm not gonna get in there with my hands, and I don't even want to get in there with a hoe. So I'm leaving those alone, and I'm gonna hire somebody or barter with somebody and ask them if they will come and do that for me. because that is a real problem. Whoops. It was just a branch on my hair, but I'm thinking about copperhead snakes and looking at these wood piles. Look at that wood pile, and there's another one right here, and there's a big one right there. Right here under this oak tree. And those green plants right there look like they definitely need water badly, because I have not watered this area at all. This has only gotten rainwater. That's Lenten rose, or hellebores. You're probably familiar with that, especially if you're gardeners and garden stuff other than just vegetables, you may be familiar with this plant. That's one of the it's one of the earliest flowering plants. One of the earliest flowering plants in the spring. They call it Lenten rose because frequently it'll bloom during Lent. So I've got all these little oak trees, all these oak leaves rather, and the branches that have fallen off of it. This oak just drops branches all the time. And then there's that great big ash tree right there. And that drops branches all the time. And here's the boards that I'm going to use for my pantry. And yeah, I need to get on that. So there's another brush pile. And I've got a couple more brush piles too. So I need to get my neighbor. I think what I'm going to do is my neighbor with the pigs. I don't know if you've followed that story or not. But I've had a family of pigs who are coming and joining me almost every day. And they go back home and then they come back. The neighbor is not keeping them in his yard like he's supposed to. And I don't want to have ill feelings between neighbors since he is my closest neighbor. So I'm letting him get by with it, which is not a good thing. And you're going to yell at me and tell me what a wimp I am, and that's probably right. But he has a tractor that has not a bucket, but has the, what do you call it? A bucket, I guess. And he can push this stuff with it. So I think what I'm going to do is ask him in return for me cleaning up the mess that his pigs have done, if he will do this for me. And there we go. So let's go in. We're going to go in the front door this time. You've seen the back. Here's my little puppy. Well, he's not a little puppy, actually. He's an adult dog. An adult, full-grown chihuahua. Hey, Ryder. Say hello, Ryder. Say hi. Ryder, say hi. Meet Ryder. Okay, you want to go in? Are you ready for in? Let's go. So we're going to go in. Bye, y'all. See you next time.